The stirring beneath stone, the earth had not shaken in 1,000 years. The mountain that stood at the edge of the kingdom had long been considered just that, a mountain. Its vast, hunched silhouette was a fixture of the skyline, revered in songs and whispered of in fading prayers. Carvings etched into its face massive spirals and runes worn smooth by time were dismissed by scholars as relics of long-dead civilizations. The deep, rhythmic thrum that sometimes rolled through the soil was thought to be the heartbeat of the world itself. Or perhaps a distant quake, harmless and far away, until the day the mountain opened its eyes.
The awakening.
It began with birds falling dead from the sky, their tiny hearts bursting mid-flight. Then, the trees around the base of the mountain twisted, blackened, and collapsed as steam hissed from fissures in the ground. Villagers, frozen in horror, watched as the mountainside cracked like an egg, splitting open with a roar that drowned out the heavens. A shoulder of stone shifted, fingers as long as ships emerged, clawing at the sky. The earth groaned in protest as the Titan rose from its millennia-long slumber, each movement flinging centuries of soil and sediment into the sky. Where a mountain once stood, now loomed a being of unfathomable scale, its body half flesh, half bedrock, and its gaze like twin furnaces boring through clouds and stars alike. When it roared, the sky tore, glass shattered across cities miles away. Cattle collapsed, pregnant women miscarried. The first villages vanished in fire and screaming. The blood of kings. The royal army marched within hours, tens of thousands of men in gilded armor, siege engines creaking across cobbled roads, war horns screaming defiance into the ashen sky. They believed in order, in crowns, in gods. But gods were afraid of this thing. Ballista bolts shattered against its hide like arrows fired at a thunderstorm. Stones hurled by catapults burst against its torso with all the impact of thrown pebbles. A single step from the Titan split the plain's open, horse and rider alike swallowed whole by the earth's new wounds. The king himself, last scion of a dynasty stretching back 1,000 years, led the final charge. His armor shone like the sun, his sword enchanted with the fire of ancient saints. He climbed a hill of burning corpses to face the Titan eye to eye, his voice rising in desperate challenge. The Titan regarded him for a moment, head cocked. Then it reached down, gently, with 2 fingers, and lifted him like a doll. The world held its breath. Pop! The Titan flicked its thumb. The king detonated in a spray of viscera and molten gold, his crown spinning into the dirt like a coin.
The Feast of Ruin.
By nightfall, the Titan had reached the capital. Its every footfall triggered localized earthquakes. Sewer tunnels exploded, geysers of fire and human waste rocketing into the streets. Thousands drowned before they could surface. Mansions crumbled like stale bread under its passing. Palaces, temples, marketplaces all devoured beneath its shadow. It grew curious. It peeled open buildings with its nails, revealing the horrors inside. Nobles huddled beneath prayer circles, children clutching to silver idols, merchants smothering themselves in coin. The Titan plucked them out like snacks. When it reached the great library, a marvel of the age, filled with scrolls, manuscripts, and sacred tomes, it inhaled deeply. Then it breathed fire. Knowledge burned. The heat was so intense that ink boiled out of books before flames touched them. Scholars burst like overripe fruit, eyes liquefying before their mouths could scream. In the market square, a child wandered alone, blood-matted hair, eyes wide. The Titan crouched. It sniffed the child once, twice, then it sneezed. The resulting blast, a hurricane of ash, phlegm, and bone, flattened 3 city blocks and sent bodies pinwheeling into the river, which had already turned black.
The Sleep of the Just.
By dawn, the Titan stood at the edge of what had once been a sea. Its heat had boiled it dry, leaving only a smoking crater littered with the bones of whales and shipwrecks. It yawned. The sound cracked mountaintops. It lay down slowly, carefully, and the continents buckled beneath its weight. Its body cooled, hardening into something deceptively still. In time, wind and rain would erode the evidence of the massacre. Forests would grow upon its back, snow would settle in the hollows of its ribs. But beneath it, beneath the stone, a pulse still beat. A half-mad priest emerged from the ruins of his temple and crawled toward the Titan's resting form. His ears bled, his tongue was gone, torn out by his own hand. Yet still he pressed his head against the stone and wept, for he heard a heartbeat, slow, monstrous, patient.
The aftermath.
Centuries passed. The ruins of the old world gave way to new cities, new nations, new empires. None remembered why the sea boiled. None remembered the king who burst like a grape. Scholars debated the strange arrangement of the mountain ranges. Children played in valleys that were truly the spaces between ancient fingers. In time, the legends returned, but they were softened, made palatable. The Titan became myth, a symbol, a story to frighten misbehaving children. But deep beneath the earth, it dreamed. And with every passing century, the dream grew darker. It would not sleep forever. Because mountains do not sleep, they wait.